Dopest community was good, man. This kind of event right here, man. So pretty much, if you guys aren't familiar with like Lupe and Koala T, they had a debate and everything. Koala T is like a battle rapper slash streamer, and then Lupe's had like this one-sided beef with Kendrick. If you guys are hip hop heads, you know what I'm talking about. And Koala T pretty much asked him what the issue was. Lupe saying, "Oh, Kendrick's not here, and this and that. I'm talking to you. He's not here." And then Koala T said something funny about it. He was like, "Hey, man, I'm closer to you than you are to Kendrick." And then Lupe said, "No, you're not." He's like, "You have 50 million records. I haven't sold any." He was like, "So you're 50 million records away from me. Kendrick has sold way more music than you. You're more than 50 million away from Kendrick." So he made that analogy right there. And I thought that was kind of funny. But then Lupe fired back when they was talking about lyricism and everything. And he was saying like Kendrick isn't like in the top 100 just lyricism wise. He admitted that Kendrick has, he has better production than him, a better team than him. He makes better songs than him. He's a better songwriter than him. But he said bar for bar, rap for rap, Kendrick can't stand with him. Now, Kendrick is still being brought up. I don't know why. I strongly believe, me and my brother talked about this. We believe that Kendrick is where Lupe always wanted to be, and he just can't let that go. Lupe is definitely one of my favorite artists. Cool, Food and Liquor, two fire classic ass albums. Yeah, let's go ahead and check out this joint from Culture United. So I was at home and I saw this, man. It popped up on Facebook. It kind of irritated me. Y'all. I want to know y'all thoughts on it, though. Shouts to Culture United. Shouts to Justin Hunt. Shouts to Mickey Fax. I'm pretty sure Mickey Fax brought Lupe on the channel and everything. I could be wrong, but I know they have a relationship and everything. They're both into battle rap and all that, so I think this is good for battle rap. And here he's saying that Nas isn't one of the best if you just take out the beat and everything else and just break it down to lyrics. So Lupe is going to give you know, the Culture United podcast, his take on it. Salute to Justin Hunt again. If Nas and Lupe won't rank high on this 100,000, 100, whatever list Lupe's talking about, who would? He didn't name not one person who would. So, and I don't understand that because when we talk about, now let's just take Lupe out of the equation. People, I disagree with it, but people say that Nas has some of the worst production ever. I disagree because Illmatic, it was written, is some of the best production you ever heard in hip hop history. So I disagree with that. I understand the other albums got hit or misses and all that stuff. But if we just take out the lyrics, you can already take the lyrics out of a lot of them. Nas is out here telling stories backwards. His lyricism paints pictures. All rappers can't do that. Rapping from the perspective of a fetus, telling a story backwards. Like, what are we talking about right now? You talking about you take the beat and all that stuff out of there. Cool. Word for word, bar for bar, cool. It doesn't have to be a punchline. When we talk about battle rap, styles makes fights. You have punchline artists, you have schemers, you have anglers. You know what I'm saying? Everybody has their whole thing they contribute. You can't win just off of one thing. You could be a punchline rapper. Look at Lloyd Banks. Look at Fabulous. You know what I'm saying? Look at punchline rappers. And then you have like rappers like Lupe. You know what I'm saying? That like have like a high intellect and all that stuff. And you got your Kendricks. You have all these different types of rappers. That's what it is. So what makes one rapper better than the other? It's like he keeps moving the goalpost. Oh, take away. Like when he talked about Kendrick not ranking in the top 100. Take away the beats. Take away this. Take away that. You know what I'm saying? I'm just talking about bar for bar rapping. He can't rap better than me. And it's like Kendrick could do everything. And then when you're talking about Nas, like Nas is not a punchline rapper, but he is regarded as one of the greatest in hip hop history for a reason. And I feel like right now, I don't know if Lupe got an album coming out, but it's like he's spiraling out of control. And like I said, he's one of my favorite MCs of all time. So this right here, I just don't get it. I don't understand it. Y'all let me know in the comments, man. But let's continue watching.
When you isolate it to that, just that fundamental part, a lot of people don't rank high.
Then who does, Lupe?
It doesn't.
Do you see now? Mickey Fax looks embarrassed. That's what I'm saying, bro. Nobody, you see how everybody's looking at him like, yo, what are you talking about? We respect you as a genius and a lyricist that you are, but you're not making any sense right now.
Doesn't take away from. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
They definitely hear you, but it's bullshit, Lupe. Respectfully, man. It's bullshit what you're saying. That's why no one's saying anything. They're trying to process what the hell you just said. It's crazy, man. I don't mean to be snapping off like this, y'all, but yeah, this is really what it is, man. Let me turn it up some. I don't know if you guys heard it. I'm gonna run it back from the very beginning because I don't know if you guys heard it and everything. So let's go here.
That's so important to me.
That's what's up. One second, applause. I like this comment right here, this super chat from Leo the Lion says, Nas doesn't have great punchlines, so is he not lyrical? What about other literary devices? I remember Lou praising Blue back in the day. He also isn't a punchline heavy MC. How can we reconcile this? Open floor.
So in terms of like, if you compare Nas to, if you remove, like again, for me, remove the beat, remove everything else, and just go with the words. If you threw Nas into, and you created the list of just people who rap, which is a big list. There's hundreds of thousands of rappers. Um, and you remove all that, he wouldn't rank high. I wouldn't rank high.
Look at how quiet everybody gets.
That doesn't mean we're not lyricists in our space, but when you isolate it to that, just that fundamental part, a lot of people don't rank high.
Like I said, then who would rank high? Y'all let me know in the comments. Who will rank high? This imaginary space that Lupe is referencing with all these different rappers, who would rank high? If him and Nas don't rank high, who would rank high? I'm curious to know. Hopefully they talk about it. Let's continue.
You know, it doesn't take away from. Can y'all hear me?
He had to ask them if they hear him. Justin Hunt is over there unmuting his microphone. And then Mickey Fax is giving them a thumbs up. They just are trying to process the bullshit you just said, respectfully, Lupe. But this right here makes no sense, bro. You wildin'.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm just confused on why you said you wouldn't rank high.
Talk.
It doesn't take. I'm saying because I know beasts, like people who all they do is punchlines, similes, entendres all day, right? Um, and I also know that I'm really high, but I also know there's thousands.
And when it comes to this too, man, like I said, styles win fights and everything. You can't just be a punchline rapper and be successful. We all know that. Like, let's be serious, man. You can't be amongst one of the greats if all you could do is punchlines. Like even when people talk about Biggie, with him coming from that battle rap element, Biggie also told stories. You know what I'm saying? He also told stories. He had club bangers and everything. Of course, like Diddy helped with that, but he showed that he can do it. Biggie wasn't going to get far without evolving the way that he did. You know what I'm saying? Like, come on. And then we talk about Pac. Pac is not a punchline rapper, but is regarded as one of the best in hip hop. So it's like what he's saying makes no sense. Like rapping has its own lane. That's the reason why battle rap is what it is. It's full of a bunch of lyricists. They don't, some of them make songs, you know what I'm saying, but they're not, you don't hear them on the radio like that. I think Jay Mills was probably one of the first battle rappers recently to be on radio for what the DNA Never Been Outside joint. But yeah, let's continue.
Right? And we haven't done a count. We haven't done a survey. We haven't done a proper summary. It was something I wanted to do a couple years ago, and we might do it in the future if things like this become more people are get interested in that to really see how many rappers are there in the world. I reached out to Spotify, I reached out to Sound.
How many rappers there are in the world. So let me get this straight, Lupe. You want to go down the list of all the rappers in the world and do this. It's not going to work out well because styles make fights, styles make artists. So what is this imaginary realm? Who would be number one in your space of rappers? Like what battle rapper or industry rapper can you put as number one or close to number one in that regard on what you're speaking on? It doesn't make any sense to me, man.
Cloud, and tried to get a list, even though some of that is like proprietary information and is private, just to get a count of how many rappers there are in the world. And out of that, how many are in this genre, how many do this, how many do that. And you can see.
What genres are we talking about? Storytelling? Punchlining? So let me get this straight. So if you have a rapper that could tell stories and punchline, he's just in two categories. Or does he rank in the punchline lyricist category or punchline storyteller category? And then this guy right here, he makes good club bangers, but he also tells stories. So is it a club banger and story category that they rank in? Like this doesn't make any sense at all. And with him being an artist, I don't get this shit. And then no one is even saying anything. Everybody's confused. Like she asked why he doesn't rank high on that list. I hope somebody. I didn't watch this whole thing. I plan on watching it, but I wanted to put this out here for y'all. I wanted to complete this whole thing, but this joint is like 6 hours long. I'm gonna have to watch this on like a long trip, or like have to listen to this at work or something like that. But yeah, man, this ain't it, Lupe. This ain't it, man. And like I said, you're definitely in my top lyricists and rappers of all time. But this, I don't know if you have an album rolling out. I don't know what it is, but this ain't it.
And test skill. It'll take some time, but it doesn't take away from Nas as a lyricist at all, because he's Nas. Like that's crazy. But you compare him to just like punches. The guy said it himself. Nas don't have a lot of punches.
So punchlines is what makes great rappers, really. So if Nas had a bunch of punchlines, he would like what is up with you on punchlines, bro? Like uh, you have punchline battle rappers being beat by anglers. You have anglers being beat by performance rappers. You have performance rappers being beat by punchline rappers and vice versa. So that's the thing, because I know Lupe and Mickey Fax watch battle rap. So with this being said, like I said, style makes fights. I keep saying that. That doesn't matter. Like, what's the whole point of all this, bro?
right? He don't have a lot of like bars like that.
Do you hear how quiet everybody is?
Compared to like a Chino XL IT, which is all bars. So if you're rating it on bars, you're gonna be like, oh yeah, Chino XL.
So you're not gonna put anybody in the category of what he is. You're taking him out of his space and comparing him to somebody in a different space. You have different types of lyricists. Just like in football, people play different positions. The quarterback is not going to be better than the wide receiver catching the ball. The wide receiver is not going to be a better passer than the quarterback. Like, it's just crazy. The kicker is not going to be a better lineman than the lineman. The lineman is not going to be a better kicker than the kicker. It's just like, yo, what are you talking about, man? Like, it's crazy to me, man.
If you're rating it on that chill, are they both lyricists? Yeah, because again, we kind of defined as a unit. Everybody has pieces of these. Like even to kind of BK's point about feeling, and me and Mickey, we talked about this yesterday. Like feeling, right? Like everything has feeling. You're not going to escape feeling. You're not going to find a feelingless word. Everybody's going to feel. That comes along for the ride. So that's kind of like a given. Right?
I believe that's bullshit. I'm gonna tell you why. Because you ever listen to music that you just can't feel? Like, I don't like this. Like, I'm not feeling this at all. Like, maybe it's a feeling of you not feeling it. Maybe that is a feeling. I guess that's what he's saying. So I'm like, yeah, this don't do nothing for me. Like, when I say that about music, it's like I really don't feel anything. I guess I feel disrespected when I hear something that I don't like. But I mean, it is what it is, man. Let's continue, Lupe.
Like if we're going to focus on who has a mastery of feeling, right? Then that's a whole other conversation. Like who makes me feel the best? And you can have that with or without bars. But if the talk is like punches and bars, if the target punches and bars, it's like, yeah, not we all know Nas ain't got bars like that. He knows.
We all know Nas ain't got bars like that. Justin Hunt smiling. They're both still confused. He's like, what the hell? Mickey's like, hold on. We all know Nas don't got bars like that. This is, see, I never even got this far, y'all. I'm watching this with y'all. I didn't even get this bar, but he said Nas doesn't have bars like that. That shit is crazy to me, man. That is, and then coming from Lupe, man, like that's ridiculous, man.
That.
No, their mics work. They're just not saying shit because this is ridiculous. Come on, man. Stop playing. Justin Hunt, please tell him. Mickey, you co-sign him. Come on, man. Like, to come up here like Mickey, Justin Hunt, like one of y'all, like, say something, please.
I like how you explained that kind of. I can hear the academic nature, the way you're explaining.
The academic nature, because Lupe also teaches classes and that like that in school, and maybe that's what it is.
What you know about rap?
Look at Mickey's face. Like, bruh, like, come on, stop it.
Do you think that, like, you looking at it in such an academic manner is kind of, I don't want to use the term out of touch, but
out of touch,
making you so different from how most other people are? Kind of
ain't much. It's everybody. Like, everybody. He's the only one that feels this way, dog. No, but I don't know. Like, man, just being the way I am, being born into hip hop, nobody's going to agree with what the hell he just said. Please, y'all, in the comments, y'all let me know if y'all agree with what he's saying. Y'all can say, hey, man, I see where he's going with it. But do you really agree with what he's saying? He said everybody knows that Nas don't got bars like that. What are you talking about? That's crazy, man. And I know his context, he probably doesn't mean it like that, like how we say, but you said what you said. We know in the hip hop space and the hip hop genre, the culture, when you say somebody has no bars, like, dog, now I said I went to hell for snuffing Jesus. That's not a bar? Live at the barbecue? That's not a bar. And he was young. All right, okay. Let's go, y'all.
Processing rap and hip hop in that way, because I keep hearing over and over again that people keep saying, I just want to feel something. I just want it to be a good story. Do you think your academic nature is kind of like the reason why you seem to have such a different outlook?
I've yet to find a rapper who doesn't think like me.
I'm pretty sure Nas would disagree with everything you said. I'm pretty sure Mickey Fax disagrees with what you're saying. You have yet to find a rapper that doesn't agree with what you're saying. Didn't you just get in the Koala T stream? Koala T had a different opinion than you, and he is a battle rapper. But you say you have yet to find a rapper that has a different view than you. Like, stop it, Lupe, stop, man. Just so much. I don't want to say bullshit, man, but it's bullshit.
And talk like me when we get to talking about writing raps. Maybe rap. We are. You're talking two of us on this chat right now, and then a few others, as Sosa and Pendulum Inc. and the other kind of distributors.
I would like for you to remember that I'm a rapper. I would like for you to remember that I'm a rapper. I'm just playing. Go ahead.
Second applause.
Exactly. She's a rapper. And then I would just ask Mickey. I'd be like, so Mickey, you agree with everything Lupe's saying? Because he said he has yet to find a rapper that doesn't think like him. You agree with that, Mickey? And I know Mickey don't agree with that shit. When you just listen to what Mickey says, when he talks about battle rap, you know, the whole shit with him going back and forth with True Foe and A-Verb and all that stuff. Like, he don't agree with none of this, bro. Come on. And Justin Hunt just laughing. Justin Hunt, I'm waiting for the ether from Justin Hunt.
But everybody thinks structurally. Everybody thinks programmatically, right? They look at all of the micros and the macro, whether they call it macros or micros, they're still operating under this kind of framework that is very systemic. It is very much so jargon heavy. It is very much so analytical. It's very much so investigative. People are doing it at different scales, but because I'm at MIT, I'm looking at it through the lens of cognitive science, right? So I'm looking at the cognitive science of rap. I'm looking at the physics of rap. I'm looking at is there a mathematical theorem or form, something that already pre-exists that can be mapped over onto rap in a certain way? So I'm exploring all of the different possibilities. I don't think we're going to land on anything unified for a while, if ever, but that's good though, right? That keeps the energy going and the vibe, everything kind of rotating and moving. So because I have yet to meet a rapper who doesn't talk like this.
She just said that she's a rapper and she doesn't talk like that. Like, everything he's saying could be debunked in like 2 seconds, man. Like, what does he like? I don't know, man. Let's go.
Right. And I have yet to meet an audience member who doesn't say what you just said. Like, it's just about the feeling. Like, we need to know how to we need to know how the sausage is made, because
he said an audience member. Like, was that kind of shade to us as the fans, an audience member? Like, y'all gotta recognize the layers of the words, man. Lupe is very intelligent.
We make the sausage. You just need to know how to cook it, right? And how to enjoy it and experience it. But we're in the factory. And when you're in the factory at a certain point, you get past how it makes you feel. And you try and, like, at least from my experience, and I know this is true because I teach it, right? I look.
Do y'all really think Kendrick's gonna agree to what he's saying? Do y'all think Ab Soul agrees to what he's saying? Because I don't.
Look at my students' work. I see how they work. We talk about the work. They have to explain their work. They have to do annotations. They have to explain what they do, why they did it, what was the effect, what they could have done better, even with their negative space, even that they choose negative space versus putting a word there, and what are the pros and cons of that. So it's a constant negotiation with the work to get to a certain place. So I've yet to meet a rapper who doesn't think like that.
Yeah, I definitely hear most.
Are there 100 battle rappers better than you, Mickey?
Here we go right here. Yep, let's get it. Come on, Justin Hunt. Like, I always count on Justin, man, to talk that talk, man. Please, Justin, let us know. No, Justin didn't even acknowledge Lupe. He just went straight to Mickey.
No.
Are there 100 battle rappers better than you, Lupe?
There's about like 18.
I say
not 100.
Easily debunked in like 2 seconds. Like I said, this is my first time watching this with y'all. The first one I watched was the one on Facebook. It was like a 40-second clip, and that's when he said the whole thing about Nas, take away the beat, take away all this and that, and then there's, Nas doesn't rank high, neither does he. That's the 40-second clip I watched. The rest of this right here is my first time watching it with you guys. Let's enjoy.
Not 100. So, but I say no, and again, this is not meant to kind of like to diminish what they do, because again, like I said previously, what they do is extreme high level under extreme pressure due to a lot of the things that go along with it. but they've mastered punchline and entendre. That's something that they have mastered, right?
And the thing about that, like, Mickey, I gotta talk to you about that too, man. I gotta comment on that. I don't believe that goes for all battle rappers. Unless he's talking about top tier, you know what I'm saying? Entendres and punchlines. Top tier, I guess you could say that, but all battle rappers don't, they haven't mastered that craft. Even like some of the best battle rappers, that's just not their space. You know what I'm saying? So let's continue on, man.
But if I was to tell them to write an A minus, or if I was to tell them to write a mural, or if I was to tell them to write something that's high level, I'm not sure that that can be done. I'm just not. I'm just not sure that that can be done. Which I say that very respectfully because sometimes they get out of pocket. But for me, when it comes to writing, right? How far can you push your pen? Like, can you write a story backwards like Nas, right?
That's not one of the top lyricists if you take away the beat. Remember that, y'all. Like he's not one of the top lyricists.
Are you able to personify yourself into a different character? I'm not sure. I'm just not. I'm just not sure. I'm not sure that that's. It's the. I'm just not sure if that can be done.
In some cases, you can't escape personification, right? It's such an embedded part of our conceptual matrix and our conceptual metaphor matrix, or how our brains are built. We personify things all the time, right? Whether you personify them intentionally or not, it's a whole nother thing. Again, this is just one basic definition of it, one layer. I agree with all the other layers, right? All the other layers, all the other potential definitions as it relates to lyricism and writing words and navigating song craft and text setting and all of that, lyric writing, melody writing, top line, right? In some cases, top line is more important than the lyrics. There's some people who don't know how to write melody. They just know how to write words. They don't write to beats. To your point, Mickey. And I'm talking about not even they can't even perform it a cappella. It's just literally they know how to write sentences and it requires somebody else to form it kind of melodically. So like we both study it very deeply, and you're more actively in it than I am. But I also, we're two different people with two different levels of kind of understanding of the space. So I see the potential for anybody to do it. And and this with Pendulum Inc. And I know this teaching at MIT and at SOSA, you can learn it in a session. Like you can learn all of that in like one session. You can learn punchlines in a session. Like you can learn all of those things in a session. The subject is so vast. Like it's not just a singular thing. So even for somebody to say that they're the best, right? I like to say that you might be the best on that day, right? Because the very next day, somebody's already kind of one-upped, took what you did and turned it into a whole other thing. To your point, Mickey, about
And I feel like that's what makes people great. You know what I'm saying? You have people that like Tupac died years ago. You know what I'm saying? Like what, over 30 years ago. And it's like people still look at him like some people look at Tupac like he's the best. You know what I'm saying? Some people look at Nas like he's the best. Jay, some people look at Jay like he's the best. So it's like what he's saying is like you just have certain pillars in hip hop that are always there. Some people believe that DMX is the best. You know what I'm saying? So when we talk about feelings and all that stuff, DMX, like the way DMX made you feel. You know what I'm saying? DMX was not punchline heavy, but his delivery, you know what I'm saying? His delivery made you feel something. So it's like I feel like now he's talking about battle rap. You're the best, but you're the best on that day because anybody could come and one up you. That sounds like some battle rap talk. That doesn't sound like industry talk right there. I put a mixtape out and it's like somebody else puts out a mixtape. It's not like we're not in direct competition with each other. We're in competition. We're not in direct competition. Unless you guys have beef and you see he put out a mixtape and then people are known for you to having a feud or you guys know y'all got a feud, then yeah, he could top you in that regard or a pause or like, be beneath you. But I feel like just in general, just in the hip hop space, I don't feel like that's relevant. I feel like that's relevant in battle rap.
A minus with Black Dog. We sent you a remix. Like people are constantly taking and building and refining on that piece. So for somebody, I don't like the best of all time. I don't like the greatest of all time things because it just doesn't stand the test of time. The one
Is Michael Jackson the greatest of all time when it comes to pop?
person who had that one album that was really pivotal and really great and really substantial in that one moment, their next album was whack. You know, their next album was trashed, and it did it under whatever metric, from a music metric, from a commercial standpoint, an underground standpoint. Like it didn't. Maybe it lost its focus. Maybe the executive producer who was in charge of that first piece left. Whatever may have happened, it has changed. And so I think I'm honest about that, even with my own music and my own career. So you know, I never think that it's an everlasting, evergreen thing. It's something that you have to constantly practice and work to and work on.
We'll take applause.
I mean, I get it when it comes to that, man, but it's just like, and then Lupe, you know, don't get me wrong, man. Samurai is fire. I don't know if you guys listen to Samurai. They're already shooting fireworks, man. Samurai is fire, dog. Samurai is just one of them joints. Y'all should listen to Samurai. Like Lupe cooked that whole mixtape, man. One of my favorite mixtapes from Lupe, period. But the Cool and Food and Liquor are like those are my go-tos right there, man. Like the Cool got me through so much when I was like outside, man. Like for real. Like when I was growing up and everything, the Cool got me through a lot, talked me off the ledge with a lot of things, man. So that's what I say. Lupe is definitely one of my top lyricists of all time, and that's the thing. And I think that's the reason why this really, like, why this kind of bugs me out, man. Just because I rock with him so hard, and then on top of that, I rock with Nas hard too. So it's kind of like when I see this, I'm like, both of y'all being cut from that cloth, man. It's just like Nas over here catching a stray. You know what I'm saying? Just like how Kendrick caught a stray when he was at Quality. It's like bringing other people into the conversations as an MC, and then the technical rapper that you are saying what you're saying is just kind of like we just expected more, man.
I think
Mm.
it's like going with Lupe said about the vastness. I think it comes down to respect that there are different lanes, there are different ways of going about this thing we call art.
Exactly.
Because when I'm listening to you talk about battle rap and the lyricists, it's for me. In comedy, I put it towards roasting versus stand-up comedy.
That's a
They're
fact.
like two different muscles. There's some people who could do both. If you're roasting, it's all about punchline. It's all about what's in front of you right there in the moment.
It's
But that
freestyle.
person isn't necessarily. It's a different muscle to come and be able to engage an audience for an hour. You know what I mean? And be able to present a story without them being there and being funny enough to keep them interested. And you use your punchlines in a different way. In comedy, I'm going to use my punchlines to keep the story interesting versus roasting is everything that I say. You know what I mean? So it's different muscles, it's different lanes. It's almost hard to compare the two. No different than being a musician. Some of your best soloists, some of the best, greatest drummers that can chop it up and shred, they can't make music because in music you can't. A song can't have a drummer coming out doing triple paradiddles and all and enunciating and doing triple kick flam. You can't do all that in the song. You got to be able to just lay down a pocket and put a feeling into it. So I think.
Yeah, y'all, I'm gonna have to continue watching this and everything. I just wanted to get my thoughts on that whole thing with Nas. If I see something else that I want to talk to you guys about, have a debate about, I'll let y'all know, man. Don't be shy, man. Let me know how y'all feel in the comments and everything. Let me know if I'm tripping. Let me know if y'all know where Lupe's coming from. Cause I like to have like debates like this with like me and my friends and my family. We have debates like this about hip hop all the time. So that's a good reason why I even started this channel because I like talking about hip hop. I love it. It's been with me since as long as I can remember. So debates like this, it makes the culture exciting and everything. Y'all let me know how y'all feel about what Lupe said. Do y'all agree with him? Did you guys watch the whole 6-hour live stream? You know, big shouts to Culture United. Big shouts to everybody up here. Big salute to Justin Hunt, man. They did their thing, but I'm gonna definitely check out more of it. And I might be uploading some more videos behind it. And y'all make sure y'all check out the Benny and the Conway reaction I did, and also the Vince Staple Crybaby Baby breakdown I did on the channel. All right. Y'all protect y'all. Peace. I'll holler at y'all on the next one. Y'all be easy out there and y'all be safe, okay? Peace.